It is Tuna Tuesday, and welcome back, everyone. It's time for another Pounds for Purrs workout. Today was squat and bench press. I added 10 pounds to both lifts and dropped down to 5 doubles. So squats are up first, and overall I'm pretty happy with these reps. I was able to get a little bit lower than I did last time when I went to triples with 335. So now that I'm up to 345, I think I was able to troubleshoot what happened last time, where they were still decent reps, but I just knew deep down that they could have been a little bit better, a little bit lower, and I'm pretty sure I fixed that this time around. So I know exactly what happened, and I know exactly what I need to do in order still to get the depth that I'd like to get to. And I'll still try to do it as much as I can. I didn't try to necessarily go for any kind of long pauses at the bottom or anything like that, but I just really wanted to make sure I was hitting the correct depth, at least the kind that I like to get to with my squats. So even though you might see a little bit of a tiny half pause at the bottom today, it was really honestly more just to make sure I was getting to where I needed to be before coming back up. So that's kind of like an indirect effect from it. So that little stoppage right there, not necessarily intentional. It was more of a product of me just making sure at the bottom that things were fine, that I felt like I was getting low enough, and that's pretty much what it was. A couple things I did change, some minor things, was with the warm-ups. So for my primer, which I use Snatch Balance for, I did the same amount of weight, so I did doubles with 45, 65, 95 pounds, but I was concentrating on getting a little bit more speed from the dip and drive and getting down to the bottom a little bit faster. And then I also added a single with 315 before I got to my working sets with 345, which I think going forward now, I think it'll be a good idea. Just get one with 315 so that it's not as big of a jump going from 275 and then going over 300 pounds. So I think this is a good time to implement that single. Last time I did it a little conservatively, and I honestly didn't need it. So I think it's a good time to put it in. Alright, bench press. Went up another 10 pounds, so up to 255 for doubles. And I was able to get a pretty good pause on pretty much every rep. There were a couple where I kind of look back and I should have put in a little bit of a longer pause, but nonetheless, these are all good reps. So for incline bench, I'll be honest, depending on how the triples go, I might do yet another 10-pound jump, but not even going to worry about that right now. But if I had to take a guess, I might be able to do the same thing, because even with the long pause, 255 wasn't bad. It had a nice little weight to it, but other than that, I'm pretty confident I could do another 10-pound jump, but we'll see. For accessories, I did a clean. I went back to a barbell clean, sets of 5, and I went really conservative. I didn't want to push it, so I just went from 135 to 145 to 155 and then stopped at 165. In hindsight, I should have done another one at 175, but I decided to cut it there. And then for flat barbell bench press, I pushed it a little bit. So I did sets of 5 with 225, 245, and then the big one was 265, which I got 5 full reps and all paused on the chest. So I'm actually pretty happy about that. And then just for fun, I did 275 for a triple, and I knew I wasn't going to get 5 with that. So I was happy just to get a triple. And then the last thing I'm going to talk about is there was a girl working out around me, pretty much next to me when I was doing cleans, and then also when I was doing flat bench, and she was doing a lot of good stuff, really good stuff. And when I was doing flat bench, she was literally right in front of me where the calf raise station is, and I had to compliment her on her deadlift because she was doing it safely, effectively, correctly, and it's worth praising someone when they do it right. So I just gave her a quick compliment, and she should know that she's doing things the right way, and I want to see more of that. So hopefully I will in the future, but I gave credit where credit is due. Alright guys, thank you so much, and remember, adopt, don't chop.